Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. It is great to be back to share information with you about some of the great attractions and events that are going on in our community. And we are going to start right off with Tom Lorenz from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Pinewood Bowl. First of all, Tom, thank you so much for everything you did and continue to do with the vaccine clinics. What an interesting use that we never thought of when we built the arena.
It was an honor to be part of that. For us to, first of all, get asked to be part of that, and then to work so closely with Pat and all of her staff at the health department, and those people are the real heroes. It's amazing what they did. We were able to use our skills. It felt really great, as far as doing the setup and trying to figure out the flow and parking and all those different things. So it was terrific. We were able to do 27 clinics.
Wow.
Over 126,000 vaccinations came through Pinnacle Bank Arena. And obviously we weren't the ones doing that. All of the nurses and all of the pharmacy people that put the shots together and the volunteers that helped the flow. And it was amazing. It was just something to watch. And a lot of those were 8,000 people in a day. So, and it was great to hear some of the stories, to talk to some people. A little bit sad, some of them saying I hadn't been out, maybe for a year, and so they were dressed up and ready to go. But it was an honor to be part of that, and it felt good. I mean, it was a perfect use, and again, I can't say enough about Pat and her staff. She was just amazing.
It's been kind of a dark year, and then the vaccine came, and it was a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
And the arena, the atmosphere at the arena was so positive. So many smiles, so many thank yous, just people happy to be part of the end.
Well, at least, we always pretty much were able to bring people through the plaza, or through the lobby in the plaza. It's bright and it's airy out there, and they got to see the rail yard. And again, it was an excuse to get out, and it was a safe excuse to get out.
Right.
So, and I think a lot of people, maybe it was the first time in. We had a few that, they're supposed to go sit for 15 minutes, so we take them inside the arena, and they're looking, and we had the basketball lights up and things like that. So it was fun to see people who are experiencing it for the first time, and again, we're so honored to be part of that, and it's something that we'll never forget.
Yes, part of our history, city's history now, and part of arena history.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
You are back to having real events now,
Yeah.
other than vaccine clinics. You had graduations; those all
We've
went
done.
great. And Disney on Ice was a big hit.
It was really nice to do that too. That was kind of a real show again, where they came in with production, and we had the stagehands back. We don't use our ice capabilities. They bring their own tank, is what they call it, and so it fits their production. So they were in all week. They made the ice and put everything up, and we did 8 performances, and they do it so well. It's such a great, the storylines from all the different movies and all the characters and the lighting. And again, it was another excuse for families to get out. And it was built very socially distanced, because, at the time when we put it together, we still weren't out of masks and all the different requirements. So it was left there, lots of room between people. And I know people were there and happy and felt safe. And it was great to do that again. And it was just one of those things that, quietly over COVID, we were able to do many things. And, we slipped in a professional bull riding last October, and we did multiple graduations. We were able to do girls' state volleyball and boys and girls' state basketball. And those were all very interesting things to do with the different requirements, and, to clear the building every time and do the cleaning. But it was still, again, it was a learning experience for all of us. We're going to take a lot of positive things away from it. And hopefully it was still a break for people to get out and experience something that wasn't just going to the store or just, avoiding work,
Now, it's been a real struggle for tourism attractions, for venues like you to get through this past year.
Sure.
What helped you keep the lights on?
Well, we were very fortunate in that the city was, amenable to us continuing to work. There was a lot of work to do still. We did a lot of maintenance work, but there was just in the process of rescheduling and looking at new things and trying to keep the booking part and all those kind of things together. We were able to keep some staff together. we were able to get a sizable grant from the state, which helped us, to not go deep into the financial hole, and it really kind of bridged us across. We certainly had staff that took furloughs and took some vacation time and did those things away. But it was just nice to still be able to be helpful and to be able to do some things that made a difference. And the building's a key for the city and a key for that area and the rail yard and the Haymarket. So to be able to still use it and have it an asset that just wasn't sitting there but was actually active was really a good part. And again, it made us feel needed and wanted.
All right. I know one of the things that kept you busy was planning the Pinewood Bowl season, and you have a very full season of great shows coming up. So we want to talk about Pinewood Bowl. We were joking a little bit earlier about Jamie Johnson and his kind of wild man look.
He's pretty much a mountain man look there. He is, what a cool artist. And he was here, he opened up for Leonard Skinner before, and so we got to see him firsthand. And beautiful voice, poignant songs, and this was a show that was going to be on the streets. We still do those in Bourbon, kind of takes the lead on those things, and this was supposed to be out in the streets in front of Pershing and facing the Capitol. But because, again, when we were ready to pull the trigger on it and make it happen, we couldn't gather in the ways that we want to do. So we took it out to Pinewood, made it a general admission seated show so that we would still have seats and be able to separate people a little bit, and we've been able to kind of maybe pull out a few rows and make people that they can gather a little bit better. But it was, again, nice to be able to not lose this show. It didn't have to be rescheduled, and so it was great to have Jamie out here to start us off on June 11th.
All right, and it's always great to hear the classic sounds of Chicago, real legends, coming June 23rd.
These guys are great, and we get to do a lot of firsts with some of these shows. So Chicago may come in a couple days early and kind of rehearse and sort of knock off some rust and get back together. They're coming from the coasts, they're coming from areas that are major cities, and so for them to come out here, to have the restrictions a little bit more lenient, it'll be great. And it's an evening with, so it's just Chicago. They'll do an intermission, but they can do hours and hours worth of stuff. There's so much great material from them, and what a key band in our growing up. That they really took rock and jazz and put all those things together, and it's one of my favorite shows to ever do.
All right. Chicago kicks off a busy 3 days because the very next night you have Styx and Collective Soul, and then Cole Swindell
Right.
on the 25th.
Yep, a little bit of everything there. And Styx, they've been out there before, but they're just so good. I mean, you just could see them over and over again. And then Collective Soul is really a cool add to this. And so we get a lot of that music from that era, really strong performances, great production, fun to do these things back to back. And then Cole Swindell is, one of those really great rising country artists, and we'll do a tremendous show out there. So we get a little bit different. Chicago's more of that jazz. Styx and Collective Soul is definitely in that rock, and Cole Swindell with the countryside. So a great way to come back. And once we're set up, we figure we might as well stay there. So we'll say goodbye to our families for a couple days and come home for the weekend.
All right, July, you kind of take a break for this annual summer musical out there. It's going to be Addams Family this year, so people will want to check that annual tradition out.
Yep.
Then you come back strong August 10th with a huge concert, the
Yes.
Avett Brothers and Willie Nelson. Wow.
And so we were hoping that we could get Avett Brothers back, and they did such a great show. They loved it out there. They were one of the first ones to use the new backstage areas. And so in talking with them, and then Willie Nelson's folks, the guy I partner the shows with out of Kansas City, Willie was looking at the same time, and so we got the agents together, and Avetts were so thrilled to be able to have a show with Willie, and I know that, it's just an honor to have Willie back. He's been here a couple of times. We've always gotten his best shows. So Willie will start it off, and then the Avett Brothers will finish up. This show is really, it's essentially sold out. There's some singles left, but it is huge to get this. It's made a ripple across the entire nation. And we're a pretty cool place to be able to do this kind of stuff and put this together. So.
All right. Fans of 311 are pretty excited about September 8th.
You know, 311, and I don't know if people know that, they have family back here here and in Omaha, and you know, some really cool people that we know. So it's almost like coming home for them. And they've played here before. It is great. It's a little bit something different for Pinewood. Aeration, it'll be out there as an opener. It is a very cool show. And it's a kind of, it feels like home for them. So a place they've always wanted to play, and one more check mark that we can do that we had 311 out there.
All right, Shinedown is going to wrap up the season on September 22nd.
We've kind of joked, Shinedown is almost throughout the years we've been open at Pinnacle Bank Arena, kind of been the house band. They've played with a lot of different people, and so to have them in this setting, it's going to be perfect. You know, they're that really cool band, a lot of talent there. And the Struts is, you know, really generating as much interest as Shinedown. So Shinedown is that classic band that's been around a long time, really good rockers, and Struts is the new guys. You know, they're young kids, and you know, so the question we get often is this an all ages show? It definitely is. So that you'll have Shinedown being able to talk to a whole new generation and back and forth. And so yeah, September 22nd, cool stuff. And we have more shows that are ready to be announced. And
great.
So there'll be at least maybe 1, 2, 3 more ads throughout the summer.
All right, you'll still see Goo Goo Dolls on your schedule. You're
Correct.
Talking maybe 2022 on that one?
Yeah, a lot of these shows, you know, some ended up staying, some ended up going. So Goo Goo Dolls we know is definitely going to move to 2022. We just don't know which date yet. And it seems like a simple thing. It's not, just being able to get all the scheduling done and try to work through all that. But as soon as we know, we'll put it up on the website, and people will be able to plan for 2022.
All right, let's go back inside Pinnacle Bank Arena and talk about some of the events that are coming up there this fall. Brantley Gilbert will kick off September for us.
It will. So Brantley's played with us before. I know we played him at Pershing, and really, really good artist. And so kind of in some of our downtime, we're watching things like, you know, the Grand Ole Opry from Nashville and things like that. And he's kind of a staple on those shows, and he's such a good artist. So Brantley's coming in September 2nd. That kind of starts off a couple weeks of really good country, because following right after him is Kane Brown. Mm-hmm. So Kane was an opener for one of our acts a couple years ago, and I think more people came to see Kane than the opener. Really, you know, this is one that was rescheduled again a couple times, and he was supposed to play right as maybe a month or two after COVID started, and we moved it once, and then we moved it a second or third time, but he's definitely playing September 17th. Great artist, really talented, and it's kind of fun to see that next level of country coming up the road, and it'll be outstanding.
All right, 3 big shows in October right now. We've got starting off with Chris Stapleton on October 15th.
That's another one that moved a year, but Chris, you know, if you're on social media at all and you start to listen to songs come up, Chris Stapleton stuff comes up all the time. And what a talented artist, and he plays with a lot of different people. He and his wife are just so talented, great voice. Again, songs that really mean something. So to have Chris come here, he played in Omaha a couple times, and we've been kind of envious, and so now he's coming to Pinnacle. Get tickets for that show, and there's still some left. It'll be an outstanding opportunity.
All right. Fans of Dude Perfect on TV, you'll get a chance to see the show live in October.
You know, if you don't know what Dude Perfect is, it's these guys are 4 guys, and they're crazy. And they, you know, there's nothing that you can dare them to do with a basketball or a frisbee or a baseball or whatever that they won't do. And so it's trick shots, it's all kinds of great stuff, and they're really, really good people too. And so that was one that again kind of got moved, and we're really happy to have them back October 28th. It's selling well. Bring the kids. This is something that, you know, it's a family thing. It's not just dads and sons. It's everyone, because they're so fun, and their social media presence is massive. I mean, it's in the millions, and you know, just they're going to do it live. So we look forward to this.
Then Joe Rogan the very next night.
Joe Rogan, which is a really really cool comedian. You'll get some really different looks at the world through Joe's eyes, and I don't think he is intimidated by anything. So he will speak out, and so Joe Rogan, another one that we had scheduled and was able to move And that's in the round, so that's going to be kind of
Oh,
cool.
fun.
So it'll be kind of a different look for him, and Joe's coming, and we're thrilled.
All right. State volleyball takes over the arena then on November 4th and 5th. But we want to look ahead to January already. Eric Church is going to be here to kick off his concert.
He is, and
his-
so
his
Eric's
tour.
been here, a couple times, and Eric has the record for the most fans there. One of the first, probably second or third year we were open, he came in and well over 15,000. We love working with Eric. He loves the area, loves the town. So he'll be here an extra day or so to kind of kick off. They'll have some shows in the fall, but they'll take a break for Christmas, come back in and put everything all together again, do a little rehearsal, and be open and ready to go. So that's a huge show. That's, like, again, is sold out every time he's been here. And it's really fun to have that kind of stuff happening already out there. The university was really nice and worked with us to make the date happen, so we'll slip it right in during basketball season.
All right. Tom, thank you so much. It's so good to see you
You too.
again.
Yeah.
We'll be back probably in August to do a new show, but thank you so much for all your hard work over the past year, not just with the vaccine clinics, but also getting ready to present some really top talent.
Hey, the staff's excellent, and we kept the core together, and we're just excited to have people come back, and thank you for this opportunity. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom, and we will see you again soon. The websites you'll want to check out are pinnaclebankarena.com and pinewoodbowltheater.com for all the latest information about the upcoming shows. When we come back, Jeff Mall will join us from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Stay with us.
This city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Mall joins us now from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and I can't help saying it's just so good to see everybody.
It is.
It's wonderful.
We're hugging again, right? People are so excited to see each other.
It's a lot of fun, but of course it's been a tough year. You make your claim in heads and beds, and it's been a tough one for our tourism industry in general.
Yeah, I mean, just much like all industries across the world, the globe, everything's been shuttered for so long, and we lost so many good people in the hospitality industry that were either furloughed or decided that it was time for them to move on. We lost a few hotels during the pandemic that are back up and running again, one of which is the Cornhusker Marriott. Fully shut down and is open back up again, and things are going very well. Diane, I would tell you we are meeting and exceeding expectations right now in the tourism industry because of people like you in the city of Lincoln that did a great job getting us through the pandemic. Mask wearing was why we are where we are today, and we're doing things so much faster than our peers across the country.
And the vaccination, more and more people keep getting the shots, and that means more and more people can go out and enjoy what we used to enjoy. What has made our community so resilient, do you think, now that we're seeing things come back?
Well, we always used to talk about volunteerism, the fact that everybody wanted to help each other out in this community, and Lincoln's one of those communities that, we couldn't embrace and couldn't hug, but we really wanted to help each other out. And I think the Dine Out to Help Out things that we did, the curbside pickup, we actually were really pushing people to get a room in Lincoln during the pandemic, and our hotels remained, even during the pandemic, even during some of the darkest days, one of the safest places you could be because of the new hygiene standards at Marriott and Hilton and some of the private hotels. And we heard of families during the pandemic for one night just getting away. The pools weren't open, but just to sleep in another bed to get away from that same old routine of staying home, sitting in that same uncomfortable chair, looking out that same window. People really helped out each other in Lincoln, and I know our lodging partners are very appreciative of that.
And we had the technology to stay connected too. I participated in some virtual events.
Yes.
Mayor's Arts Awards was virtual this year. So people did have a way to connect. We couldn't be there in person, but we could celebrate through our computers.
Yeah, and I think the neat thing about the virtual event world that we went through was it reminded people of all these great things that we have in Lincoln, and they were pent up with their demand to get back live and in person, and that's where we are today. To go back out and eat a meal in a restaurant, to shop without a mask on, to go to a public art facility, to go to an event venue like Pinnacle Bank Arena. I heard a lot of really good things about Disney on Ice, so
did
people
I,
had an
yes.
amazing time.
Now, I went to Jazz in June
Yep.
for I think it was the first outdoor concert I'd been to since things have reopened. I saw so many people smiling, so many people
Oh.
hugging. It was just a wonderful, wonderful event to see come back, the people of Lincoln coming back out again.
One big reunion, and we keep telling people that reuniting your senses with Lincoln, reuniting your senses with the smells and the hospitality and the smiles that each of us shared so much before. It's really taught, I think, a lot of us to not take life for granted anymore and slow down, stop and smell the roses along the way. I think there's a song back then that used to say that, but that is really where we are right now, and I really want people out there to start listening to the things going on in their community. Go out and make it new again and challenge yourself each and every day and each and every weekend to do something new.
That's right. And I do want to give a big shout out to the business community. They've worked with our health department in the city so closely in terms of keeping their customers and their patrons safe, and they really had to make a lot of sacrifices, but we owe a lot to the great business people in our community who somehow found a way to keep going and
Yes.
have reached the other side.
Yeah, it's great to see, and I think Lincoln businesses are opening back up, some of which are a little slower than what I think others are doing, but I think Lincoln's back again, and we're excited to be a part of that event excitement and that enthusiasm as we move forward through the summer months.
Now, there was relief available, federal and state dollars available for some businesses as
Oh.
well. How much did that help?
It helped enormously, and I thank our federal leadership, our state leadership, our city leadership for finding ways to channel those funds to event organizations, performing arts facilities, hotels, restaurants, attractions. Without that help, we wouldn't be where we are today, and it really helped a lot of people have peace of mind that they could get through this and see what's on the other side.
That's right. We've got a couple of big events that we want to talk about while we have you here. We don't. This is a bit of an abbreviated show today, but we do want to talk about two of the major events happening, and one is the big rodeo event at the Event Center.
This is a massive undertaking, and it's taken a little bit longer to get ready for because the pandemic shut down the high school finals rodeo last year and focused the attention to July 18th through the 24th this summer. I know our staff is actively involved. I know there is a huge call for volunteers right now to help at the Lancaster Event Center, not only today, but during the rodeo. We need volunteers, and we encourage people to contact our office at the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau or reach out to the Event Center directly to see what they can do to help out. This is a massive undertaking, 1,500 plus competitors and nearly 10,000, if not a little bit more, total people attending Lincoln for the high school finals rodeo. This will have a significant impact on our community.
Yes, it will. There are athletes from 43 states, 5 Canadian provinces, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. This is really an international event.
This is, and I know our hotels and our camping facilities, our restaurants, the Walmart just a stone's throw from the Lancaster Event Center will do really well just because it's so close. And people are excited to get back. These rodeo participants, and I was talking to Amy Dickerson about this, rodeo participation has been very resilient during the pandemic. They still had a rodeo competition down in Oklahoma during the pandemic, and these rodeo enthusiasts and competitors have competed darn near for this entire 15-month period because they love what they do, and a lot of it's in outdoor venues.
All right. There are going to be 13 performances over the week or so, the 18th through the 24th.
Yep.
Actually, it's 2 weeks.
Yep.
If people do want to volunteer and get and participate in the rodeo, you told me they can go to lancastereventcenter.org or call the event center, but they can also contact you at the Convention and Visitors
Yeah,
Bureau.
you can give us a call at our Visitors Center or just go to lincoln.org, find our phone number, and reach out to us. We want to put you in touch with some amazing volunteer opportunities to interact with these people from across the world.
Another big get, talk about the right event at the right time. The American Ballet Theater is coming for a one-of-a-kind performance. at Pioneers Park on July 1st. And this is launching their national tour right here in Lincoln.
Yeah, a great opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I know the participants in this, the performers, are super excited to be coming to Lincoln. We're actually going to engage with them and give them a little bit of a taste of Lincoln and make sure that they're welcomed in the warmest way possible. Again, this is a very unique opportunity brought to you by the folks at the Lead Center and Bill Steffen for recruiting this event.
Now, this is not going to be at Pinewood Bowl. I guess the setup, the stage they bring is a little bit different. So it's going to be a whole different kind of setup outside of Pinewood Bowl.
Yeah, it's all on a stage. It comes self-contained. It's basically roll in, unzip it, and here we go, and we're performing.
All right, it's going to be ballet under the stars.
Yep.
People bring their own lawn chairs, their cushions, and it's all general admission. So I'm sure we'll have folks lining up to get into Pioneers Park that evening. American Ballet Theater. Again, you can find out more on the Lead Center website, and Lincoln.org is the place to go to find out what's coming back and what you can do to get out and help our businesses and our tourism attractions and our events.
I will tell you, we are almost at 85 to 90% of a normal calendar year when it comes to events, and it's so exciting to have events back. We have 2 new hotels coming on the landscape that I just want to remind people about. The Holiday Inn Express at 9th and O, right there on the corner, will open up the end of June. June 28th is their estimated opening date. And then we're going to open the Scarlet Hotel, a Marriott Tribute property at Innovation Campus. An awesome opportunity for the hospitality program at UNL to have a on-campus training facility, an operating hotel for those students. And we're excited to be a part of that and just continue to develop the tourism culture right here in Lincoln.
All right, and I get to see you every month again.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, we coordinated our outfits without
That's
even
right.
knowing it today, so.
We're just in sync, Jeff.
That's right. It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much for being with us, and like I said, it's great to see anybody. All right, when we come back, we'll hear about the exciting plans for this year's Lincoln Arts Festival. And during the break, check out some of the other Lead Center season events that are coming up this year.
This city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
The Lincoln Arts Festival is back for its 20th year in an exciting new location, Canopy Street and the Rail Yard. The 2-day event, June 19th and 20th, is produced by the Lincoln Arts Council and promises to be the biggest and the best yet, with all kinds of new activities planned. Troy Gagner joins us now with more details. And Troy, tell us, just start right off the bat, what can we expect when we head down to the festival this year?
As you said, I think bigger and better. We are moving to a new location. This is our second year downtown. The first year we were at 14th and P and co-located with Lincoln Calling, but now we've moved from a fall date to a summer date and moved down to Canopy Street in the Rail Yard, and that location is going to allow us to add a lot more than we've ever had before as far as performers, arts activities, things for the entire family.
90 plus artists from all around the country are going to be there. What kinds of art will we see for sale?
Oh, a little of everything. We have, painters, photographers. We've got woodworking artists. We've got printmakers. You name it, we've got something.
Glass.
We've got glass
I
artists.
love the glass.
Yes, we always worry about the glass when it's really windy, but hopefully we'll avoid any issues with the glass.
All right. For the first time ever, the festival will feature a local makers market in conjunction with the South of Downtown Community Organization. Tell us what the makers market is all about.
Well, we've got a couple of programs, actually. Our Emerging Artist Program and the Makers Market are both there really to help artists that are just starting out, maybe kind of dipping their toes into the arts festival world. It's a chance for them to try the festival without the investment that so many of our other artists make that travel in from other states, just to give them a feel for it, to have a chance to make some sales and see if it's something they want to continue to pursue.
All right. Tell us a little about the Upstart Creative Zone. This is going to be a fun place for kids to hang out.
It is. We've actually got 4 zones throughout the festival. So they'll be spread. There'll be one in the rail yard. There'll be one at the south end at Canopy and O, and a couple of others spread in between. We have nearly 20 partners that are coming down and bringing interactive art activities, everything from glass blowing demonstrations, primitive photography demonstrations, to Pin Curl Girls, and Art Bus Lincoln, who will do activities with children where they can sit down and spend some time making something that they can take home with them.
All right. Part of the fun of the festival is the sound of the festival. There's going to be a lot of live performances on stage and a few sort of spontaneous happenings throughout the festival.
Yes, so we will use the stage in the rail yard, and actually the entire festival will be then broadcast to the cube screen above the stage, and then will also be live streamed onto our new website for the festival, which is lnkartsfest.com. But we've got everything from dancers and poets, a number of different bands, and then Saturday evening when the festival closes down, we'll have a Lincoln Calling Music Showcase with 4 local bands that'll run from 6 to 10 p.m. on Saturday evenings. So we'll have that great overlap and have a chance, I think, to bring down maybe a younger crowd that hasn't had a chance to experience the festival before.
There's some great bands playing for that. Let's kind of run through the schedule for the Arts Festival. On Saturday, June 19th, the festival runs from 10 to 6 a.m. Then that Lincoln Calling Music Showcase is from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to feature Golden Studio, which is a wonderful Yazidi band.
Yes.
Harana with Daniel Martinez, Jonathan Leach, Emily Bass. It's going to be a great fun time down in the rail yard. Again, this is all at Canopy Street and the rail yard. The performances at the rail yard stage, lnkartsfest.com. And then moving on to Sunday, you can start things out with some yoga. Sunday, June 20th starts with the yoga from 9 to 10 a.m. and then the festival from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, Canopy Street in the rail yard, lnkartsfest.com. 5 o'clock is loadout. I've helped with that before. There's a lot of exhausted artists and volunteers who are helping to put the festival to bed at that point. You still need more volunteers.
We always need more volunteers.
Tell us what some of the volunteer opportunities are.
A little bit of everything. We always need help with setup on the Friday before the festival because we shut down the streets and we mark out tent spaces for all of our artists, and then we bring all of our tents down and get them set up for the activities. During the festival itself, we have volunteer opportunities for artist hospitality. You can booth sit for artists. They need to take a break during the day. They can't stay at their booth for 8 hours, and so we have volunteers that will stop and watch their booths for them so they can have a chance to get lunch or take a break. We've got other just sort of general opportunities where it's kind of help out wherever the need is during the festival. But if you go to the new website in the menu, there is a volunteer link, and you can click on there and you can sign up for a particular time to come down and help.
You know, I've done a number of volunteer opportunities. I got to booth sit once and actually sold some art, which was really fun. But you always have to, be honest and let them know you're not really that talented.
Don't sign any of the pieces.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. The patron program is also a big part of the festival this year. Explain how that works.
It is. We have a number of folks that actually pre-purchase what we call art bucks, and what they then can do is take those to the festival and basically use them as cash. They can spend them at any of our artists in the festival, including our makers and our emerging artists. And that the art bucks that they purchase, part of it is a donation, but then you get the rest in your art bucks. And we actually have a patron activity Monday night before the festival where we're going to show some of our emerging artists' work and have a chance for the patrons to meet them before the festival actually begins.
All right. Thank you, Troy. This is going to be a big new year, and I know a lot of people are anxious to get out and just enjoy the nice weather, enjoy some great art, and some great entertainment.
Yeah, we're excited. We're hoping that this is kind of the perfect storm just to get people out and wanting to do something again. And being outside, I think it just makes it even that more attractive for folks to come down and have fun.
Right. Thank you for all your hard work on this. Thank you to the sponsors who are making it possible. And it should be a great 2 days down in the Canopy Street in the rail yard.
Great.
Again, lnkartsfest.com is the website. Saturday 10 to 6 is the festival, and then the music showcase from 6 to 10. Sunday, June 20th, starts with yoga at 9 a.m., and then the festival from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. lnkartsfest.com. Thank you very much, Troy.
Thank
and
you.
thanks to all the guests that we had for today. We will be taking a little break next month for someone here to have knee surgery, but we plan to be back in full steam for August with a new show. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about.